All right, so this one's writing expressions. And if you're really good at it, you'd be able to automatically look at it and work your magic and get to D. But what if that's not obvious to us? Well, what we can do is we can look at this problem and think of our own numbers and see if we can get that same answer after plugging in to our answer choices here. So let's say that we want to solve for this by thinking that we're dealing with percentages. So the best number to start off with is 100. Now that's not what P equals. Which of the following represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? So what we think of is we want, that's the original price. This is actually what we originally want to get to. So what we see is that as we go through the story here, we see some key things happen is 20% discount. And then she pays the cashier P dollars, which included an 8% sales tax. So what that means is after a 20% discount, we get to 80. And then we ask ourselves, well, if she paid 8% sales tax on that, what that gives us is 80 times 1.08. Remember, that is actually going to give us 80 plus the sales tax all in one shot. So that means that she paid 86.4. This is what P equals. All right. So this is where it gets confusing because it says, which of the following represents the original price in terms of P, where P is part of what describes the original. So this is the original price. All right. How can you describe the original while using 86.4? Well, if we plug in 86.4 into all of these, well, we know the correct answer is D. So let's plug it into that first. And you can divide this actually individually, those two components on the bottom. So I can divide that by 0.8 and then divided by 1.08 and we get back to 100. If I were to plug P into all these other options, I would get different answers. So a good situation where if you can't write the expression on your own, and you'll see this a bunch of times, just kind of like treat it like it was a real life situation, maybe get yourself a little bit out of test mode, solve for it based on instinct, and then see which one of the answer choices lines up with the values that you were able to come up with.